One time I ever get to speak French, almost all of them. The Bluegrass Ensemble Steeldrivers with Gary Nichols sitting in the front there. How are you, Gary?
I'm doing well, sir, and how are you?
All right, so introduce us to Tammy, Richard, Mike, and Mike.
All right, well, it's pretty awesome group of folks we have here. We have Tammy Rogers King. She's a fantastic singer, songwriter, and fiddle player. And we have on the upright bass guitar, we have Mike Fleming, who is quite the singer and bass player himself.
Howdy!
And over here to my left will be your left tonight. We have the stage set up backwards in here to accommodate the studio. We have Richard Bailey, who is the master, in my opinion, of the 5-string banjo.
Well, thank you, Gary.
And Michael Henderson, who will blow your blue socks up with his national guitar and his Mando chops.
All right. So now the Steeldrivers, you guys have actually, Nashville, Tennessee, but you guys are not all Tennesseans. I mean, you're all from different places. Really quick, let's start with you, Richard. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Memphis.
Mike?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. And Tammy?
Rogersville, Tennessee.
Rogersville, Tennessee. Now,
Shoals, Alabama.
we know where you're from, boy. So real quick, now Gary has become part of the Steeldrivers. How did the Steeldrivers come together? First of all, well, go ahead, Mike. Just grab one of these microphones.
Mike.
Originally, the idea was for us just to be a kind of like a hobby band. I was hoping that we could get a gig every week at the same place, so we wouldn't have to rehearse and we could just go down and play and have a good time. And I called all these folks, and we got together one night and rehearsed, and we recorded the rehearsal, and I made everybody a disc to take with them. And the next day the calls started coming in one at a time. Everybody was saying, hey, you know what, this sounds pretty good. And so, like I said, originally we were going to do covers and standards and things like that.
Yeah.
But it turned out we had enough original material. And the more we played the original material, the less the standards started to go out the window. So we got to be all original, and then the record company started sniffing around, and so here we are today. On the radio. So
now this is your first foray. I mean, Gary Nichols, our most Shoals' own native son, Gary Nichols, has become part of the Steeldrivers. This is your first foray into music with Gary. Have you guys put the album together yet with Gary, or I mean, I know you've got two CD projects that are out actually right now. I'm holding one.
Yes.
All right, but when did Gary? You can step forward now, Gary. When did you join the Steeldrivers? When did you find them? They find you? How'd that happen?
Well, it was really crazy. Mike called me, and I remember it like it was yesterday, the 18th of December, I believe it was. And I was around the kitchen hanging out with my wife, and we were just chit-chatting and doing dinner and just kind of a regular evening. And I got a call from Mike, and we had a chat for a little bit, and kind of told me that the lead singer at the time, Chris Stapleton, who was just a great singer-songwriter, was leaving the band, and he had a young child and was going to be at home and writing and doing that, and maybe another project. And he said, we're looking for another lead singer. We'd like to try you out. And the way they found me, actually, I believe that Mike Henderson's wife, Janet, was looking on the internet and saw a couple of things, and then saw an interview I'd done with some of my street team, which was at the time there at the studio. And then, long story short, Tammy's husband, Jeff King, is a sessioneer and comes down and plays a lot of guitar for us over at Fame, and Gary Baker over at the Noise Block Studio, and so they kind of got in touch with me that way. But originally found me on the internet, and I went and did a rehearsal or an audition, and kind of didn't know what to expect. I got about 15 miles down the road and called back, and Mike said, well, Gary, you did a good job. I've just got one more question to ask you. I went, okay, what is it? Would you like to be a Steeldriver? Yes, sir.
So the experience, how has it been? You guys have been working together. We've heard, I personally have heard a couple, 2 or 3 songs. You sound great with the Steeldrivers. How's you guys feeling? I mean, with Gary and everything, you guys just like, are you really just like all excited and talking about, man, this is just going to be this new impact on our group and our music? How do you feel?
Well, to us, it's really felt like we haven't missed a beat. It's almost as if Gary just stepped in and everything has kept right on rolling, just the way it was. So, I mean, it's been a wonderful thing that it has gone so smoothly. but it almost seems as though we never had Chris, you know, that it was just that he's always been here.
Absolutely. Now, that's a good feeling. All right. If you're just joining us, my guest in the studio, the Steeldrivers, is going to be on tonight's Muscle Shoals Music Roll Live. We welcome all these folks down here from Nashville, this bluegrass ensemble. They welcome their new member, Gary Nichols, a Shoals native. And they're going to be on Muscle Shoals Music Roll Live tonight, 8 to 10. You can watch that show at ms2mr.com. I'm going to let you guys play us something here. You got guitar, stand-up bass, fiddles, banjos are at the ready. So what are you going to play us?
This is one of my favorites. It's called the Good Corn Liquor.
Oh, you're going to start something. The Steeldrivers in Kicks 96.
Sun don't shine.